Hey folks, I just wanted to do a quick review. It's been a while about this watch, which is Junghans Form A automatic watch. I got this watch to replace the Junghans Max Build chronoscope that I sold, mainly because it was too thick, it's too loud, all that other stuff. So let's see. Let me just kind of quickly go over the cons of this watch. The first con is that the lug width is 21 millimeters. Drives me insane. So this is a very versatile watch. You could put a whole bunch of straps in here and make it look totally different, yet obviously the selection that you have as far as selecting the different types of stripe is limited by the lug width, which is 21 millimeters. Insane. I don't know why they keep doing that. The other part is that because, and it's a pro and a con, and I'll talk about the pro portion of it later on, the lug is kind of like hidden behind or underneath the case. So there is not that much space there for different types of straps to kind of fit in. So this one is a leather strap. It took me a while to kind of, fit it in there, but I would say if you're going with suede or anything like that, it's going to be very difficult because there's a limited amount of spacing available within the lug because it's hidden underneath the actual case. So it's a pro, which I'll talk about it in the pro section, but it's a con because again, it's limiting the amount of selections as far as the straps. The other portion is, and this is purely subjective, is 39 millimeters in size. However, a majority of that is the dial. So in actuality, it's gonna look like probably like a 40 or a 41. That's going to be a hindrance for some people. I have a 6.5 inch wrist, so 39 millimeter, 38, and my max is around 40. This is, even though it's 39, it's basically at my max when it's around my wrist. So I'll put it around my wrist later on. But just be reminded of the fact that even though it's a 39 millimeter, because of the fact that majority of the watch is the dial, it's going to look like a 40 or 41. So that's the other cons of it. As far as the pros of it, there's a lot more pros than cons in this. I really like this watch, and I'm really glad that I got this to replace the Max Build chronoscope. The pros, super comfortable. Because of the dimensions, like I mentioned before, it's 39 millimeters in width. The thickness is actually around 9.5 millimeters, so it's a very thin watch. So I don't know if it's coming across, but it's super thin. So when it's around your wrist, it is like amazingly comfortable around your wrist. So like you could wear this all day. You could probably even sleep with it if you wanted to. Super comfortable watch, and that's a huge pro. The other portion of it is that because of the fact that I talked about the lugs kind of being hidden underneath the case, what happens is there is no spacing that exists between the case and the strap. Like depending on the watch, sometimes because the lug is kind of protruding out a little bit, there is a spacing that is available between the case and then where the strap kind of starts. This one doesn't have it, which to me is a huge plus because I like to see just more of an integrated look between the case and the strap itself, and this actually achieves that by having the case kind of go over the actual lugs. So I really like that. The other portion of it is a huge pro is super comfortable, but also it's there's a lot of details in it if you look really into the watch itself. So it's kind of concaved a little bit, and as far as the dial itself, so it's not flat, but it's kind of like subtly dipped in as you go toward the center. I don't know if that's a very good description of what the watch kind of is looking like, but yeah, it is not a very it's not a super flat watch. So there is a little bit of a curvature within the dial, which I really like. And then the other thing it is, I think this particular watch is really good for like going out on dates or something like that, mainly because it's kind of universally appealing type of watch. You're not really trying all that hard, and it seems as though it's a design that appeals to masses. I think like you really can't find a person who's gonna say like, wow, that watch is kind of ugly. It just, you know, it's the Bauhaus minimalistic, but it has a more of a future type of look, which I really, really enjoy. And then the other part of it is that it is I don't know if it's a quieter watch. It's still kind of loud, but it's not as loud as the Maxwell chronoscope. The chronoscope had a 7550 ETA movement, which is a chronoscope movement. This one has, I believe, a 2824, which is a thinner movement. I don't know if you hear it. You hear a little bit of it, but it's not as loud as Maxwell, which is Maxwell chronoscope, which is a huge plus for me, because I could not stand all the rattling that particular watch made. So let me put it around my wrist and show you what it kind of looks like. Boom. Here you go. I have a 6.5 inch wrist. I was wearing a diver, so that's where all that imprint's coming from. So as you could see, 6.5 inch wrist, 39 millimeters in diameter, but it looks a lot bigger. I think it's 40 or 41 because of the fact that majority of the watch is a dial, but it's super thin, very comfortable, and it's very versatile. So I would totally recommend this watch. I believe you could get this. The retail price is about $1,000, but there's no way you're paying that. You could probably find this easily between somewhere around $600 to $700. Just to give you a little bit of a comparison, this is another watch that I got, which is the Longines Hydro Conquest 39 millimeter. As you can see, they're both 39 millimeters, but this one, the Junghans, looks much larger because of the fact that majority of the watch is the dial. So hopefully that helps out. Could now recommend this watch more, and I'll talk to you folks later.